This is a double fisherman's bend. It's used to semi-permanently join two ends of a rope, and in this case I've used it to join two different ropes together. It can also be used, and in fact the most common application in tree work is used to join two ends of a short rope to form a loop for a prusik loop. So you sometimes hear people say double fisherman's loop, but actually they're making a loop out of joining two ends of the same rope with a double fisherman's bend. So that's the knot we're going to look at. And it's a very simple knot to tie. Essentially, you take the two ends of your rope or two ends of different ropes and just lie them there next to each other. And now we're just going to use a double overhand knot. 1, 2, and we're tying it around the standing part of the opposite rope. So I'll pull that tight. You can see that's a double overhand knot with the other rope running through it. I'll just adjust how much tail I need now and tie that one facing in the opposite direction. That's another double overhand knot. I'm making sure I've got nice long tails. Very nice. You can see this slides through each other and then pulls tight once the two knots are pulled together. It's a fairly strong knot, not very common for rigging because it becomes almost impossible to untie after a very heavy load. Even with climbing it can become hard to untie if you've used it to join two ropes together and then loaded them heavily. It's very important to ensure long tails because the rope tails do slip through the knot, and if you're making a prusik loop, particularly with some modern fibers, it can be a good idea to whip or stitch the tails in to prevent that slipping. So that's a double fisherman's bend.